Hey guys, so today this video, what I want to talk about is the solo journey. Now, any type of healing journey that we go on, if that's wanting to be more authentic, if that's a health journey, a single journey, any type of journey that we go on to be connected more into our self-awareness and who we are requires something from us. And it can feel like a death. And I want to talk about deck. There's a death card, and a lot of people get scared of the death card. But what they don't really understand is the death card represents an end of a cycle. And what people do not tell you is that when you choose to be more authentic, when you choose to heal yourself, when you choose to change your perspective of life, when you decide to make a major change in your life, you have to understand why a lot of people don't do that. And I really don't blame them. Like, honestly, as much healing as I'm doing, as much self-discovery as I'm doing, I'm not going to force anyone to do shit they don't want to do. Because what you have to understand is when you make those shifts and you make those changes, it's always going to be for the better. First and foremost, let me just say that it's always going to be for the better. But it can feel like kind of like going to the gym where you got to work out and you're like in this boot camp and you feel like you're going to die. And then you're like, oh, okay, but I'm healthy now and I'm making those changes. The death card represents the end of a cycle, an end of you, an end of a version of you. So anytime that we go through changes that affect our personality, our surroundings, like major changes, like there's literally a death of something. And that's what I just want to make more aware. It's like a lot of times people go into these changes like, oh, I want to be a better man. Or like for example, in relationships, when a guy, maybe you're going through some trouble and he's like, I want to be a better man. I want to be a better this. But changes like that on that level to change who you are, it's not impossible because anything's possible in the universe. Like anything can happen, but there is a death of something. Anytime there's a major change, there's a death of something. So for example, if you are single and you want to get married and you get married and you had a certain social life before, not saying that you can't have it now, but it's like a death of a cycle of you being just this single person. Now you're living with someone, now you're sharing everything. Everything that you had in that life before is now no longer. And a lot of people, they want to change, but they want to hold on to everything the same way that it was before. And that's not how it works. And it's not about saying that you can't, have a positive experience moving forward. But I really want people to understand that when you be careful what you ask for. So for example, when you go to the universe always says yes. When you're coming from a place of love, obviously, and I'm saying, like, for example, I say, I want to have a loving relationship because I'm single. And I say, I want a loving relationship. I want him to be like this. I want him to be like that. I want this. And then actually, I want this. And I want us to, and then you start adding on to your order. The universe says, yes. And so it's like you go sit down at the table and you're like, where's my order? And then you go back up and you're like, hey, universe, I'd like to have a husband. I like him to be loyal. I like him to have this. I would like to travel. I want this. I want this. I want this. And I want kids. And I want this. And I want this. And I want this. Or you can apply it to any area of your life. And then you sit back down at your table. And then 10 minutes goes by and you're like, hey, I'd like to order. So you see how repetitive it is? A lot of us are continuously making orders over and over for something that we've already placed an order for. But the longer your order is that you want in life, if that's weight loss, if that's love, if that's career, if that's ambition, anything that you want in your life, the longer the list is, the more grand the list is, which is fine. You have to understand that there's a cooking period. And the cooking period is, since we're not dealing with food, is who you are. Because the version of you right now today is not the same version of you that's going to get that order. And that's the difference. I'm pretty sure that you're not the same version of yourself from high school. And if you are the same version of yourself from high school, you can probably look around your life and see that you have not made a lot of changes in your life. So the trick is to know that who you are right now is almost like a life well lived is a series of small deaths. And I know it sounds terrible, but at the end of the day, when you know the realities that you're facing, when you know that it's an energy of death and not a literal death, you're going to find it easier to get through your seasons of life. Versus like, I just asked for all these great things and now why is this happening? It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. So you know how I do. We're going to get into the tarot. And I just want to pull some advice. I don't like to tell you what without telling you how. So this is for people who feel like they're dying, because let's just keep it real. The dark night of the soul, transformation and change, it feels like the energy of death. That is why it is the tarot card of death. And a lot of people won't tell you that because they want to just make it feel like spirituality is just fun and haha and hee hee. But I'm telling you, like, shit got real for me. I know what it's like to be isolated. I know what it's like to grow and to hurt and to feel shut off from the world. And like, I feel like everything is falling apart. This is real shit. This is real life. This is what I talk about. This is what I'm passionate about, is empowering people, because I've done it. I'm doing it. And I feel like the more we're all aware, the more that we're all tapped in, the better it is for the collective consciousness. So here we go with tarot. So the first card that I pulled for advice from Spirit is the Strength card. It's a little hard because my light, y'all, sorry. So anyways, some of you guys might be Leo. This is big Leo energy. But 8 is a karma number. And the Strength card is all about the divine strength that we all have within. You see how she's looking up? She's looking up. And she's got her, almost like her knife. And knives represent mental thought clarity. It's like she's leaning it upwards. And to me, it's like over the horizon. It's like over the horizon. It's her connection to source. It is really realizing, for those of you who are going through, that it's much easier to depend and to put your energy in your higher power, your higher self, your God, your source. It is a lot. It's too much to carry on your own. And it's like, we all have this divine strength within, whatever you resonate with, but we all have this divine strength within. And tapping into that energy is a lot easier than just doing everything yourself. You have to go within, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to really overcome the in-between stage, which is why a lot of people don't evolve, because the pain of the deaths in their life, or the vibrational deaths in their life, is too strong and they give up. So what's some advice for the collective? Let's clarify that 8 of the Strength card. Number 8. Oh, let's see. Ooh, interesting. We have the Lovers. And this card, you see there's 2 people and they're standing under the rainbow and they're holding hands, and their hands are kind of like tied with a ribbon. So to me, it's like soul ties. And what I'm picking up is, although this sometimes can be a relationship card, it's kind of like allowing yourself the strength to rely on those who love you. Like, you're not alone. Like, I feel like the lion here is the inner strength that you have from Spirit and your guides and your higher self. And also allowing yourself to be surrounded with the people who love you. They want to support you. And a lot of times we feel isolated, but we're not. We have people who love us and people that will be there for us. And even if you feel like you don't, by going within and utilizing your spiritual strength, you're going to automatically attract love in your life. You're going to attract people who have your best interests at heart, who are going to help you go through this season. This is beautiful. So this is like, instead of trying to go for this first when you feel alone and you feel like you're clinging on to whatever death or changes that are going in your life, go within and utilize that inner divine strength. And you're going to attract this love, harmonious, balanced, beautiful, loving energy. 6 is all about balance. And I'm going to pull an advice card from my Moonology deck, which is like one of my favorite decks. I feel like it's everyone's favorite deck, but it's really one of my favorite decks too. And let's just get some guidance on this. I won't do a super long video. I know y'all got things to do. So what's some advice for people who are going through this energy right now? What's a takeaway? Got 2 cards. Whoa. Okay, so we have nothing will come of this situation. And we have emotions are running high. So it looks like a lot of you guys are in a situation and you're holding on. You're clinging on to. This could be a romantic situation. This could be clinging so hard to, trying so hard to make whatever you need to release. It's like you're holding on to what doesn't serve you anymore. You can't take that old in with the new. You have to let it go. See how it's so far back, the moon? I know it's hard, guys. I know it's hard to let go of relationships that don't serve you. I know it's hard to let go of toxic talking habits or belief systems that don't serve you. But in order to get into this strength and this loving energy, you gotta let it go, because nothing's gonna come of this situation and you're gonna be wasting time. And I know I hate to say wasting time because you always do things when you're ready, but in this situation, it looks like nothing's gonna come of it when you're clinging on to the past. But the good thing is that emotions are running really high. It's like, utilize the energy of your emotions running high about what you're leaving behind in your life. Use that energy as strength. Utilize that. So if you're feeling really emotional, do something with it. Exercise, meditate, get around people who love you. And I promise you, you're going to be setting off this new year great. And also, even though I'm posting this at the beginning of 2020, whenever this video finds